Hey, how are you doing, boys? Welcome back to some more Delta Force, and today we're going to be going over keycards and why I think they are worth using as a solo player or as a squad, especially people who may play squad fill, for example. We know when you play squad fill, trying to get the loot is like a fighting battle in itself, because everyone is just loot goblins trying to scoop everything up. You have a key card, that means you can kind of go to a certain location if you're passing by it, or you maybe just leave them and go to that place to go and loot up quickly. It just means that you'll be able to make some money, because when you open a key room, you are the only person who's allowed to loot that for, I think it's 30 seconds. I don't know exactly how long it is, but it's around 30 seconds. So that it gives you enough time, as long as you know the layout of the room, quickly just go around, grab the items before any of your squad mates can actually do so. So it's great for being a solo player. It's great for a squad fill. In terms of solo, it's great because you can obviously go around the kind of outskirts of the POI. If you're trying to just make money, you can avoid players, try and avoid PvP, just do your things, do your missions, loot around the outskirts, and then when it's kind of more at the end of the raid, especially if it's like a high tier area like King Suite or admin in Zero Dam, you can then go in there kind of more at the kind of the last 10 to 5 minutes of the raid, go to the key room, loot up, and you can still make good money each raid by doing so. So I do think keycards are really worth it. I don't want to make a video of every single keycard. I don't think there's a reason for that. And instead of getting you to watch a video after video after video of a keycard, what I'm going to do, you'll see it now up on screen, is I've made a little text where I jot everything down. Now this will be in a Discord laid out exactly the same as how you see this now. And I will basically state what the actual card is called, how much it was worth from when I bought it, what mode I'd done the looting on. So we're doing easy mode on King Suite, and then and then the price of what I earn from that room all the way up to 20. And this is the price which is stated on the item when you look at it in game. So there's no inflation of auctions and things like that. It's just like it gives you a good average and a good idea of what you're going to be making per item. I state if I had a death, so one of them I did have a death at number 3 here. I only had 65k and I didn't loot the last run. And I also state if I get a really decent item, like this one here, massive one, red item worth 1.8 mil. So then we obviously put the totals, profits, and averages. So I think I will put this in the Discord as a little section under the Delta Force section. This is key cards. Join the Discord. I'll have that in the pinned comment down below, and I will leave this data, at least the King Suite card data, in the pinned comment, because we are going to be talking about the King Suite as a good example of why key cards are good in this video. So let's get into the King Suite. And like I said, if you want to see all these information, like I said, I'm now starting on Zero Dam Substation, and we're doing this one on normal. I will be putting these information in my Discord. So I'll leave the link in of the Discord in the pinned comment down below, and it'll be under the Delta Force section. You can keep tabs on it and see when I update it, give you information about a key card. You can also suggest a key card. Maybe you don't want to spend your money. Let me spend the money. I'll go and spend it. I'm quite happy to go and give it a try. Let me know. I'll then start jotting down my findings. I'll put it down in the Discord. So let's get into the King Suite and talk about that. The King Suite, straight into it, I think is worth 100% worth, especially on easy mode. You get 20 tries, and we made, as we can see here, an average per room, and I excluded the red item because that really would just up the average a lot, of 176.5k, right? That's great. That's not a bad average. And like I said, we made a profit of 2.9 million. So we bought it for 2.4 and we made an extra 2.9 million onto it. So it was a total of 5.33 million we made from that key card. So perfect. That is a really good key card. We're making money. Now, obviously, one of the rooms was quite high, 1.9 million. But even so, we made quite a big bit of profit even without that red item. It's still worth using. And the reason why I think key cards are worth it, like I said, as a solo, or if you're playing squad fill, is you have choices. And then you also want to think about where the key card is located. So King Suite is in the hotel area of Loyale Grove. It's at the bottom middle, easy to get to. And the actual area is really high tier loot. Like, it's really decent loot there. You can get a lot of things there, from champagne bottles in the bar area. There's loads of safes. There's loads of different kind of like, briefcases and things like that, med kits, loads of different things you can possibly find decent items in. And you'll find, if you get there first, if you get to the hotel before anyone else and you're the first person to loot, you'll most probably make quite a bit of money without even having to loot the King Suite card, right? So you have choices. And what I was doing was, if I got to that place, that hotel, and I managed to loot up before anyone else, I wouldn't even waste my card on that run, because I thought, well, it's no point, because I've already filled my bag, already made decent money. I might as well just get out, reset, because I've made money. I've made good money. And obviously I didn't include that in this process here, but this is how you can kind of get around making more money from your card when you're doing card runs. So you don't sometimes have to actually use the card. You can just loot the high tier area if it hasn't been touched. But it gives you the option, because if you did spawn at a really crappy spawn, really far away, and you then wanted to get to the King Suite card, and loot it, at least you have that option to loot it. Even if the whole of the hotel has been looted, at least you can go to the King Suite, loot that, still make some good money, and then get out. So that's why you want to also take in mind, when it comes to your key card, is the area worth it, right? Is the area worth going to make money? If it's like a key room out in the POI, which really doesn't have too much loot, and so you're only really going there to loot the room, is it as worth than, say, going to admin or King Suite, where you could possibly make more money just by looting the area and not even having to use the card? So it's a few things. You could also look at it though with, if a card is out in the middle of nowhere, there's a good chance you may not run into players. If you just want to loot the room, you could just go there, loot the room, get out. There's a few different arguments for it, but I would consider a place being in a really high tier area a bit of a bonus, because if you get there first, you get the option to loot all that area first, make money, and then you don't have to use the card. And then if you do want to use it as a solo player, you don't like PvP, just avoid it for the first like half of the raid. There's a good chance that after like halfway through or at the end, there's not going to be any players about, and then you can go there and go and loot that room card. And there's also a good chance, because it is a high tier area, you may come across some dead bodies. You may end up finding some purple kits or whatever you find from dead bodies from players, along with also being able to loot that key card. So there's a few different possibilities for you, which is really, really cool. So let's just have a quick look at this, and I want to talk about the difference between easy mode and normal. This is why I've left the Zero Down substation here, just because I want to talk about that too. Let's just look at King Suite easy. We're made on average per room 176,500. Right, that's the average we're made per room. We get 20 usage of that. Now in normal, we only get 10 usages. That means we've got to double that, which is 353k. So normal, we need to make at least 353k to make normal worth running over easy. That is adding a lot more RNG into it. You're hoping a lot more, and you only got 10 tries. Obviously, you could run into a red item, and red items, from what they say, is going to be more common or a little bit easier to find on normal. But you're also halving the chances. You're halving the usages. So not only are you halving the possibility of finding maybe a red item, you also got to make higher average per room to make the normal run worth it. Now, if we look at Zero Dam, this was a 1.8 mil card. I've been using this on normal. I've nearly used it up. I've gone to 7 uses so far. We've currently made 1.2 mil. I don't know if I'm even going to make that money back. I could have a bad run. I could have a death. May not even make it back. Money back. Like, this is, you got to bear in mind, in these 20 usages, one of them was a death. We didn't get to loot the last safe, so we only made 65k on that run, and we had one really horrible run. I mean, if we didn't have the death there and had maybe a possible just normal run there, we would have made even more. Like at the minute, this is no deaths, and they've been kind of around the same. The 101k was the worst from what we've been looting, but I don't know if it's average. Like you can see, the average of this is 171k per room. That's not worth. That's not worth it for normal. That's actually a lower average than the easy mode King Street card we use. So at the minute, I'm going to say if you are going to use your cards, maybe just think about going on easy and using it on easy. The only reason, and the other reason for it is when you go normal, you got to spend a bit more on your kit, right? You got to spend more on bullets, and you got to bring better gear in. You got to either run a standard gear ticket, and they're not as easy to come by than just your normal recruit tickets, right? And the squads you go against are going to be a bit more geared, and people, I always find that the squads I go against are sometimes a little bit better too. I don't know if there's like some MMR matchmaking in this game, but I do find some of the people I go against are pretty freaking good. So you also got to come against that point. Are you going to survive more on normal? Oh, how many times do you actually get to that room when you're trying to not do it on normal? So easy, you can run gear tickets, like recruit gear tickets, or real basic things like just bring in a backpack and a hat claw knife run, right? And you could possibly go over there, quickly just loot it, shove it in your safe container, and off you go, and you're making money. So there's a few different kind of arguments, but I actually think easy mode for me at the minute, if I was going to keep on using key cards, I'll just be running on easy. If I'm just looking to make money and I just want to make money, I'm just going to go easy mode and run my key cards. I think that might be how I might do it. But we will test this out. I will, like I said, keep an eye on the Discord. I will update this. I will do King Suite on normal and see if it's if I do make this 353k average, and just see. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, guys, I'm going to call it there. I've talked a bit about it. You should get a kind of good understanding on if King Suite card is worth it at least. And like I said, I will be updating all the keys you mentioned I want to try, all in the Discord under key card value for the Delta Force extraction section on my Discord. I'll leave that in the pinned comment down below. Please join that. I will be doing things also in there. I post my gun builds in there. We're trying to get an LFG going, so if you're trying to look for people who are like-minded, chilled, want to just play, I was trying to get an LFG going, so I'm trying to promote the Discord a little bit more, just so we get more people in who can, find each other and have a little play and squad up. So, yeah, join the Discord if you can. I will be leaving all these information on here if you want to find more on, if key cards are worth it. Also, put in the comment down below if you think normal is worth it, if you've been running normal and have made a lot more money. Also, put in the comments if there's a key card you want to try. If there's a general thing I see, I may then buy that key card next and then use that and start putting that info in the Discord. So, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you soon for some more Delta Force.